ahead again.
It gives me pleasure to present this proclamation expressing the council's support for the proposed Vallejo Waterfront Weekend. For those of you who don't know the history, when you look at the people lined up here, you recognize that Vallejo is moving together in a consensus for the betterment of our community, because we have different philosophical, political views standing right here in line that you would have never thought would be working together. I think this whole waterfront weekend came out of contention in the last election. And I think that that's good. It says that we're a community, even though we have differences on political sides, we can come together for the good of our community. That means we all understand that the community is more important than our own personal agenda. And I appreciate and applaud each of you for your efforts on behalf of the city. So with that, let me read the proclamation. Whereas the first Vallejo Waterfront Weekend was developed in 2004 as a collaboration of events and organizations in Vallejo to bring the community together in support of celebrating and uniting the unique talents and diversity of our community. And whereas the Vallejo Waterfront Weekend became a huge success over the years, which attracted residents of Vallejo and visitors from throughout the region to the community. And whereas a coalition of business and community leaders have expressed an interest in reviving the Waterfront Weekend event in order to unite the community around an event which will showcase why we choose to live, work, and play in this vibrant community. And whereas the Vallejo Waterfront Weekend 2014 will take place over 2 days during the first weekend of October and will feature music, food, entertainment, and activities for the entire family. And whereas proceeds from the Vallejo Waterfront Weekend 2014 will be dedicated to the rehabilitation of the Bay Terrace Myra Community Center, directing these funds towards completing the restoration of this historic neighborhood landmark and welcoming visitors entering our city. Whereas the Vallejo Waterfront Weekend 2014 will be guided and coordinated by volunteer members of civic, social, and arts organizations in the community. And whereas the organizers of this event seek the City of Vallejo's support of Vallejo Waterfront Weekend 2014. Now, therefore, I, Osby Davis, Mayor, and the City Council, do hereby express our enthusiastic support for the revival of Vallejo Waterfront Weekend 2014 and encourage all members of the community to participate in this fun-filled event in October, dated July 8, 2014. And again, I want to thank you for your efforts, and I also want to thank you for where you're putting the money. Great for our city.
While Mayor Davis is shaking hands, my name's Erin Bakke, and I am an artist in Vallejo, and I have helped to organize the Vallejo art windows for the past 3 years. Well, this will be the third year, and I was very proud and excited and encouraged to be contacted by this group who wish to collaborate instead of competing with events that were going to be on the same weekend. And it has been nothing but a great sort of a testament to what our community really is about at heart, and that is that we're all fighting on the same side. And so I find myself using the phrase, the happy marriage of art and commerce, a lot, because I really believe that art, creative expression, people coming together in something that's fun, and works to help the city in sort of a non-loaded way is a great way to build bridges and break down barriers. And it's hard not to get excited about this collaboration with community, commerce, art, that this waterfront weekend is going to represent, especially as it serves to benefit our Myra Theater, and that's a wonderful unified goal that we can all work toward. And it's going to connect our waterfront and the downtown. It's not just something that will take place at the waterfront. We're going to be coming up into the downtown. These are mutually supportive things that are happening. And I think I've heard Mayor Davis say this a lot, and I've heard many other citizens of this town say this, and I say it all the time. Our greatest asset is in our people. And I think, that's a truth that a lot of us recognize. And this initiative is a great example of people not just coming from both sides of the fence, but from all around the pasture. In a united goal of making our town stronger, more connected, more artful, and fun. It's a wonderful way for all of us to come together. So anyway, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this, and thank you to the city for embracing it as well. Thank you.
Not turning this on?
No, but I have a trap door.
You should work. Mayor, council, citizens of Vallejo, and our team, thank you so much. I gave a couple slides. There they are. The Waterfront Weekend, all the bullet points, it's growing every time we have a meeting. The collaborative effort that we're able to accomplish is, I think, anybody that doesn't go to that event is going to really wish they had, but we'll have an opportunity next year to show up as well. What I'm more proud of is the participating sponsors, which are only partly lined up on the wall here. And for those that maybe don't know, there's a rumor around that, we have a little divided community. And we decided as a group that we're going to get together and we're going to work on a project that will enhance the vision and what we have to offer as a city of Vallejo. First thing we did was reach out to our council members and city, and thank you so much for everybody up there realizing how important this is. And to Mr. King, thank you so much. We went to Mr. King to find out whether or not the city would support, and he gave us his total support and said he's even going to run in the 5K, 10K. And I told him I want him in the dunk tank, because the dunk tank in 2004 made more money than probably the whole event combined, because we got everybody to get in it. And his comment to me was, I can't because I have a bad back. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I know that when we offered the dunk tank to Better Vallejo, they go, if you're going to get in it, we can make a lot of money, John. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, as a retired firefighter with a back injury, not so good. So, Mr. King, we've solved the problem. And our friends at Obtainium Works are going to make, I gave them a kind of a challenge and said it needs to be no impact, high humiliation chair, so that we can raise money for the Myra Theater. And Ozzy's laughing, and he told me he's not going to get in because he hurt his finger the last time he got in. But I can assure you, sir, that you will be pampered and sat in the chair and humiliated highly for the benefit of Myra Theater and all of Vallejo. And I challenge everybody sitting there, everybody, to consider getting in the chair. Seriously, I want to thank everybody. Me and Mark Harmon are standing here together. That should say something. So, thank you very much, everybody. It's a great event, and we want everybody to be involved. Thank you so much. What's the date? Oh, that'd be good. Sometime next year. We haven't figured it out. October 4th and 5th. First weekend in October. Back in the day in the 70s when Maryland was rolling, they had 150 teams rolling in the level. It was the biggest event in Vallejo. And then we had the Jazz Festival in Maryland to Medusa. We're bringing it all back. We want to be able to showcase Vallejo in a positive light and attract business to come in and help our community. Thank you guys so much.
I'll be there too.
Yeah, there's going to be a bidding process for that too.
Here I am working on a project with John Riley, who would have thought? I would have know the history of the eye gouging. I'm probably a little surprised, but I was Shanghai, actually. Speaking of which, we're doing some promotions to move the event forward, and we need all of you. Okay? This is not an option. Consider yourselves Shanghai. I'm not going to go into all the details, but we want all of you guys, as well as other dignitaries to be in our promotion. So consider yourselves drafted. We'll be in touch. We'll let you know what it's about. Thank you.